What's good, hobby homies? Welcome to This Mini Sucks. Today, I'm going to put the finishing touches on the last few models I have for my Tomb King's army, and I'm going to walk you through the process of building a 2,000 point list for Warhammer, the Old World. Here is my 22-year-old copy of the Warhammer Tomb King's army book. It is from 6th edition, and it has definitely seen better days. As you can see, it is in, oh yeah, there we go. It's in multiple pieces now, and out of order. But you know what? It has served its time and done its duty, and I think it is finally time to lay this to rest. So, I picked up this arcane journal for the Tomb Kings a couple weeks ago. It's not actually all of the rules for the Tomb Kings. For that, you'll need the Ravening Hordes. It's one of the big army books that Games Workshop released for the Old World. The other being the Forces of Fantasy. Those are going to have all of the lists and stat blocks for all of the armies in the Old World. In addition to that, they released 2 supplemental books called Arcane Journals, one for Bretonnia, one for Tomb Kings. It was definitely a fun read. It had some alternate army compositions. It also has some lore and some historical battle scenarios you could reenact. It got me excited to play again, but for the actual list building itself, I'm gonna head online to the oldworldbuilder.com and get started there. This is a great resource to fiddle around with different point distributions, and has an option to export your list for easy reference on the tabletop without having to commit to buying the giant army books right away. I'm definitely not a meta or competitive player by any means. I prefer crafting fun lists or more narrative-driven lists, or kind of just buying the models first and seeing how I can fit them into the rules and how I can make them fit in a list that's playable. So this list will not necessarily be the most cost-efficient or the most powerful, but it'll have a nice variety of models, and it should serve as a basic all-comers list just to get some casual games in with. One of the first things I noticed when browsing the rules for the Old World is that they didn't have a stat line for Queen Khalida. And I had originally planned on having her lead my army, so I figured I could kind of cobble together a Queen Khalida at home with either a Tomb King or a High Lich Priest profile, and then just equipping her with whatever the closest war gear would match her original loadout. So in order to build our version of Queen Khalida, we're gonna go with a High Priest stat line. We're gonna make her our general and a level 4 wizard. She's on foot, and her lure of magic will be necromancy. The magic items are going to be where we're going to be able to kind of make her feel like the original Queen Khalida model. It's not going to be the exact same, but we should be able to get something that's pretty fun to play. So I think starting off right off the bat, we're going to need to grab the Serpent Staff. I think this obviously can represent her Staff of the Asp. I think she'll also need the Death Mask of Karnut. Her original stat block gave her the Terror special rule. This Death Mask represents her golden mask and gives her terror, so that's a nice callback to her original model. I think the Amulet of the Serpent would be a nice pick. It gives her and any unit that she has joined the Poison Attack special rule, which is very thematic and fits the way that she used to play. We've got 30 points left, and I'm not quite sure what to spend it on. I think this could be a fun way to kind of give her that Monarch feel. It does say Monarch only. I'm going to be mostly playing casual and friendly games, so I think it'll be fine. That gives us 100 points of magic items. I think we're representing her as a Monarch. We're paying tribute to her background with poison. She has her Serpent Staff and Death Mask. I think we have a pretty nice representation of Queen Khalida in the Old World. It's not perfect. I don't know if it's exactly legal by giving her that Crown of Kings, but I just think it represents her in the best way, and it'll be really fun to play on the tabletop. With Khalida figured out, it's kind of just a matter of filling in the rest of the list with the models that I have. So I'm going to go through that process now, and I'll take the time to show you each model and how they fit into the list. So the other 2 characters we're going to be running, another Lich Priest, He will be a level 4 wizard as well. He's on foot. I'll give him necromancy. If we look at his model, we can give him the collar of Shepesh, as well as what's the staff of awakening? Yeah, let's give him this big staff. We'll have 25 points left. Oh wow, that kind of pairs nicely with the staff. It'll allow us to attempt to raise dead twice, and the Staff of Awakening makes our raise dead more potent. He can be a nice support wizard, while Kalita is our more offensive unit. Finally, I have a Tomb Prince, so let's add him here. He has a hand weapon, he has a shield, and he's on foot. For his magical items, we can give him the shield. Let's give him a potion of speed, since he is on foot. And with 15 points left, let's give him a sword of striking, just to make him a little better in close combat. Okay, so that's gonna round out our characters, and we can head over to our core units. First things first, we'll start off with our skeleton warriors. The minimum unit size is 10, but we're gonna bump it up to 16. It does have a master of arms, a standard bearer, and a musician. We're gonna chuck on the light armor, give them phalanx rules, and I really like the icon of the Sacred Eye. The entire unit has a +1 modifier to its weapon skill, which is pretty strong. And for the magic items, if we look at the champion, he has a bigger sword. We can call that Sword of Might. Not bad. We'll go with that, and with the 5 points, we'll make his shield charmed. Perfect. Okay, on to the archers. Now, archers are a pretty important piece of a Kalita army. She used to give her archers poison attacks, but if we have our Lich Priest version join this unit, it will also give them poison attack, which is basically how she used to play. So that's pretty cool. So we're gonna do the same thing we did for the other unit, give them a full command squad. We'll chuck on some light armor and call them done. We also have a unit of skeleton horsemen. Got all the goodies for them as well. And charm shield. We'll just build him the same as the other guy for consistency. Give them light armor and countercharge. Finally, to round out our core units, we're gonna do 3 skeleton chariots. They have cavalry spears, and I'm going to give them the icon of the Sacred Eye as well. Our leader in this one seems to have a giant staff. We'll call that a Sword of Swiftness. So that gives us 660 out of 500 points for our core units, which puts us well above what we need. For the special units, let's see what we have access to here. A Tomb Scorpion would be cool. Definitely give it Ambusher. Okay. It's easy. Now, I only currently have 2 Ustabi, and a unit size is 3. So I'm gonna have to. Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to head to eBay real quick. All right, so hopefully that comes in time for the end of the video. In the meantime, let's just assume we are going to have 3 Ustabi. So we'll make one an ancient. We have the ritual blades and heavy armor. And rare units. What do we got here? Oh, perfect. So we've got a bone giant here, which I believe is a Necrolith Colossus now. He's got his paired great Kopeshus. He's got these 2 big swords and some heavy armor. Next, a Screaming Skull Catapult, which we will get, well, we'll see if we have enough points for this. We'll give it Skulls of the Foe. And last but not least, I don't know if this is actually going to fit point-wise. Let's see. We have a Casket of Souls. So that's going to be here. Casket of Souls, great weapons, light armor. Oh, we're at 1991. Hell yeah. Okay, so we're about 9 points short of 2,000. I'm wondering if there's anything we can add. I gave it Skulls of the Foe. Oh. They had cavalry spears. Oh, baby. 1999. Let's go. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to add 1 point anywhere. I think everyone's already decked out. So we're sitting at 1999 out of 2,000 points. And obviously, this is not the most competitive or efficient list you can build, but this is the list that encompasses the majority of the models that I have been collecting over the past couple years and that I have painted. So I'm really excited to just see how it plays. Win or lose, I'm sure it'll be a good time. Okay, so once that final eBay order arrives with the last Ustavi, I should have everything I need for a full 2,000 point list. In the meantime, there are a few models that have yet to be painted. I've got a Bone Giant, Tomb Scorpion, these two Ustavi in addition to the last one, and this Tomb Prince. So while I wait for that package to arrive, I'm going to get the other guys started, and hopefully that last one arrives before the end of this video.
I just dropped it. Shit, I just dropped it. Shit, I just dropped it.
Gotta be honest, I was a little lost when painting the Tomb Scorpion, and honestly, I wasn't really having that much fun painting it, so I kind of just wanted to get it over with. I think that's okay. I think it's okay to admit when a model you're painting isn't fun, and I didn't want to just completely abandon it, but I definitely kind of just rushed through it to get it done. I think it looks fine. It's not my best work, but it's passable for the tabletop. When I first saw the metal Ustabi without any paint on them, I wasn't really sure what to make of it. I couldn't see any of the details and I had no idea what anything was supposed to be on the model, but I hit it with a zenithal and it kind of just came to life. And it actually ended up being one of my favorite models to work on for this project. So I came home one day to my Tomb Scorpion in multiple pieces. My crazy cat had gotten a hold of it and decided it was a real scorpion that needed to die. I found him in multiple parts and I decided that it would probably be best when putting it back together to go ahead and pin it. Typically, I think you'd want a thinner piece of metal and to go a little bit deeper, but this is what I had and it worked out just fine. So I had just finished up painting all the other models when this finally decided to show up. So I guess it's time to open it up and see what's inside. So this is actually the first fine cast resin mini that I've gotten for this Tomb King's army. And I gotta say, I probably should have sprung for the metal because this mini sucks. The early Games Workshop resin is just so brittle. It feels like it's just gonna fall apart if my paintbrush touches it. But it's here now, so I'm gonna get some paint on it and hopefully it goes quick and it doesn't explode when I look at it. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. With that final brushstroke, I have finally finished 2,000 points of Tomb Kings. This is a journey that started for me about 22 years ago. It is crazy to see how far the hobby has come since then, but really this entire army consists of models that were available back then, which is pretty cool. I am excited to see what the old world has in store, however, there are definitely a few re-releases I'd love to get my hands on, like a box of Tomb Guard or the Superior Stalkers. They're a pretty iconic part of a Queen Khalida army, so it'd be pretty sick to get them on the table next to her. I hope she gets some rules of her own soon as well, either in an upcoming box release or a White Dwarf issue. Until that happens, I'll be running this list on the tabletop, so if you want to challenge me to a game of the old world, I am looking for people in the Philadelphia area to shoot a battle report with. If that's you and you have a fully painted army, please feel free to reach out to me. I am launching a free Discord today. It will be linked in the description below. If you'd like to join me there, I have some things planned, like weekly paint and hangs, community challenges, and of course, I'd love to challenge you to a game of the old world. Definitely hop on there if you want to get involved. You can also support the channel in other ways by liking this video, commenting, or subscribing to the channel. Those things help. I know it's annoying. I know every YouTuber says it's annoying, but we just have to and join the Discord. I'd love to have you be a part of the community, and I would love to meet all of you and see what hobby projects you guys are working on. Until then, I hope you have fun painting, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!
Priest of Azov, rejoice! The black pyramid shall be mine.